So, hello, everyone, and welcome to the first step themed readings for this new moon in Virgo. If you missed it, I did a whole cosmic currency breakdown of this new moon, and I strongly encourage you to give it a watch after you're done picking your secret code name, of course. The secret code names for this event are Crying Violets, Sound the Alarm, Ask Peter, and Pants on Fire. There will be timestamps in the comments and the description after the live is over. It'll just take me a couple minutes to get them in there for you so you can fast forward, hop, skip, and jump around to whatever secret code name resonates with you, right? Crying Violets, Sound the Alarm, Ask Peter, or Pants on Fire. We are using traditional Rider-Waite to get an idea of what the situation that you're dealing with is, and a first step guidance card from the Whispers of Love deck. All right. Now, for those of you not familiar with the secret code name readings, these readings are purchased by individuals and they are given a secret code name. So these are their personal readings for this new moon. However, the beauty of the secret code name event is anybody can resonate to a secret code name. And because we are all connected, there is most likely something in the message for you if you are drawn to it. If you would ever like your own personal secret code name readings, the best way to ensure that you get one is to sign up as a Moon Junkie here on the channel. To sign up for that membership tier, you get both, or well, sometimes 3 moon event readings in a month, and or through my Etsy shop. All right, you can book individual readings there. With that, we're going to get right into these. So Crying Violets is the first secret code name. Hey, Risa, how are you? Lovely to see you. We're going to start at the 2-minute mark for Crying Violets. Spirit, for Crying Violets and those who are drawn to the secret code name, what is the situation at hand? What is the actual situation that we need the first step forward through? Give us an idea of what the situation looks like. That is most important for them to acknowledge right now, that this is the step, the critical step forward, right? Involving the situation. What is the situation? All right, so we've got 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, the 6 of Pentacles, and the King of Cups. Let's get some clarities on these. We've got the 6 of Swords, clarifying the 10 of Pentacles, and a bunch. Okay. Bottom of the deck is the Ace of Pentacles. Top is the Ace of Cups. Lots of ones. Okay. For secret code name Crying Violets, with all of the pentacles out here, it could involve work. It could also involve people that are close to home with the 10 of Pentacles. It could involve people close to home. It could involve family. All right, or people connected to you through family, right? Blood connections that you might share with someone else. This is about allowing Spirit to overflow to you in order to create a solid foundation in what is paradise for you, whatever the happily ever after looks like for you, with the double aces on the top and bottom of the deck. The situation is about moving forward, right? With the ace or the Six of Swords on the Ten of Pentacles, it's about moving forward from a work situation or a family situation. And kind of being the hand that turns the wheel, creating the tower moment, right? Deep humbling for what could be multiple people, because we do have two individuals falling from the tower. I think you've been giving a lot with the Six of Coin. I think you've been giving a lot because you really wanted to receive a sort of reality, a specific reality potential with whoever you're involved with. And I think that you've reached a point in self-compassion where you're kind of seeing things differently and are now willing to transform the reality. Okay, that you've reached a moment, and or that transformation is happening now because you are seeing differently and acknowledging the way you feel about things. You know, if something doesn't feel good, I think that you've reached this kind of emotional maturity, this emotional intelligence with yourself that allows you to go through the transformation, that you've reached some kind of I'm kind of getting it like you've unclogged your ears, your spiritual ears. And you're listening to yourself, right? You're listening to yourself and how you feel. I think that you're drawing certain boundaries with people, and people who would cross those lines don't really hold a place in your reality anymore, right? They've reached this kind of dead to you vibration where you literally could not care less. They've crossed an uncrossable line for you, and you are no longer willing to entertain their egoic attachment to whatever the situation or reality with you is, right? Whether it's a work experience or a family experience. Because I'm being super drawn to the figure here, right? The figure that's actually laying on the ground. It's like they crossed that threshold with death. They crossed a line. And so death humbled them. The crown is on the ground, you know. It's no different with this tower moment. Like someone crossed a line with you that was not acceptable. And it could be their behavior, their choices, their attitude, whatever it is. But they've crossed a certain boundary with you that was unacceptable. And so you're choosing to move forward from it. I think that switch kind of went off, and they've put themselves in a situation with your energy where they cannot continue. And it's compassion, right? It all comes down to compassion, holding compassion for the self and ultimately compassion for them, because maybe there is no other way they can be taught, right? Without being humbled, without being knocked off their high horse, without, you know, their egoic control being at a loss for them, right? They cannot continue in the way that they've continued. So this is the situation, right? This is the situation. Let's get the first step, because I use this deck as an action deck, the Whispers of Love. I've always been guided to it as an action deck. So let's see what the first step is for you moving forward in high alignment, right? Your highest good, and therefore rippling to the highest good of everyone else. We've got love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. And there's this boat synchronicity, right? It takes a lot of strength to move forward. Love endures. Like, just because someone has crossed a line with you and is no longer relevant to your path does not mean that the love doesn't exist. Sometimes cutting somebody off or transforming your relationship with them irreversibly so, right? The transformation that does not go back, like the butterfly from the caterpillar. The butterfly is never going to go back and revert to a caterpillar. It's not that you don't have love for this person. I'm not saying you're in love with them, but it's not that you don't have love for them. I think it's that you do, right? I think the fact that you do have love for them is why you're moving forward, why you have kind of put your spiritual foot down and refuse to get into the water with them, you know, just to drown or sink with them. I think that you putting yourself on this forward movement is key. And I do want to read some of the book for you guys. I don't typically bring the book out with this deck, but I was guided to today. So, love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. It says, no matter what is going on, you are being reminded that love can endure all things. Take positive steps to help create the change necessary to get through this. Release your fear and recognize that this love will last. Take a step back so you are more able to remember this truth. Love lasts. The greatest gift of love that you can give someone else is the ability for them to choose their healing. Too many times, and more often than not, we allow ourselves to be the crutch or the band-aid or the enabler for certain people, and they're choosing to partake in behaviors or perspectives that are not in the highest good. And us with our big hearts for them and failing to identify a certain love of self that is necessary actually prevents healing. And love is healing. So when we allow ourselves to remember that the love endures, that our truth and the love that we have for ourselves and how that is connected to other people endures despite what is literally going on in the reality, our ability to love creates change, right? It creates great change, beautiful change, to where people can reach levels of experience that they would not have been able to reach otherwise if the change that was necessary to get through it wasn't taken, right? These positive steps, right? Take positive steps to help create the change necessary to get through it. You may be able to find a place of common ground with whoever you're dealing with later on because you chose to set this boundary now, right? Where if you chose not to set up this boundary, you might continue on the same kind of chaotic, low vibratory path, being the band-aid or the crutch or the enabler for them to participate in, right? With you in that role. So remember that love endures. That is the first step, knowing that the actions that you're taking from a vibration of self-love ripple, and that ripple continues on no matter what. No matter what. The healing is taking place because you've chosen it. The love is taking place because you've chosen it. You've chosen love, and therefore it will endure, right? You're choosing it for yourself. And when you continue to enact that love that you have for yourself and the way that you feel in your experience with people, when you choose to enforce that line, I will not feel shitty about my experience. I will not feel shitty or stressed out in this situation with you. Like I refuse to not let love do what it does best. And that is heal things, right? And I feel like that's exactly the first step. And maybe it is divine, maybe it's divine confirmation with you that you either are or are about to make the right step, right? That right first step in the right direction to where you're bringing more peace into your life because you've drawn that line and said, that which does not bring me peace is not allowed. That which does not bring me peace is not allowed, right? And that is the first step. So secret code name Crying Violets, even if it is difficult, whatever it is that you're moving through, even if it's unpleasant as the tower usually is, know that it is a very fortunate tower. It is a very needed and necessary leveling for someone in order to set them on a new path with themselves, right? So, Crying Violets. Moving forward, we got Sound the Alarm. And it's interesting because I heard the words Sound the Alarm, but it was Nicki Minaj and her song Pound the Alarm that actually played in my head when I heard the words. So you might want to look up the lyrics to Nicki Minaj's Pound the Alarm, because if you forgot that you're a badass bitch and you're fine as hell, you probably needed that reminder. So with that, let's get into it. What is the situation, Spirit, please, for secret code name Sound the Alarm and those who would be drawn to the message? What is the situation going on right now that they need to take this first step in? What is the situation going on that this first step is relevant to? We've got the High Priestess, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Tower. Y'all did not catch that cosmic currency. We had a good conversation about Mars and how relevant it is to this transit. Four of Pentacles on the Ace of Wands. That card flashed itself and then flipped back in. It was the Four of Wands. We'll see if it comes back out. Emperor on the Queen of Pentacles. One more. And the Seven of Cups on the Tower. Okay. Three of Cups is on the bottom. And the Six of Wands is on top. All right. All right. For secret code names, Sound the Alarm. I think that this is a really good time for you to get out, do your own thing, hang out with friends, socialize with friends, being out and about, being seen. I think that with the Six of Wands on top, you really do have a lot to acknowledge about yourself and how far you've come. I definitely feel like you deserve to see yourself in your best physical form, like making sure your hair is done, or, you know, if you wear makeup, that your makeup is done, or, you know, wearing clothes that you feel good in. I think that this is a time for you to kind of remember how radiant you are. I'm being really drawn to the fact that you are radiant on the inside and it deserves to be seen on the outside. And if you've been having a bit of a moment with someone else and there was some kind of loss that you were maybe holding on to, I think what's really needed is a glow up. I think what's really needed is a glow up and to kind of show yourself in all of your high vibrational beauty, quite literally. With the High Priestess and the Two of Pentacles, I think that you intuitively knew that something was on rocky water, or that someone maybe had emotional issues, like hot and cold type issues, where they are indecisive and don't know what they want. And I think that you might have had a very strong attraction to this person at one point, and you were kind of holding on to the chemistry and the fact that you guys seem to click in that way, only for it to be very spiritually heavy, and it wasn't fair, right? It wasn't fair, and it probably has a lot to do with this person's emotional background and what goes on inside their psyche and inside their feelings that they don't necessarily communicate. And maybe they should, but they don't. Or if they do communicate how they feel, it comes out wrong. Like it's one of those things where they have a really difficult time with processing through all of the things that they feel and how to articulate that in a productive or progressive way, right? In a way that makes progress. I feel as if you carrying all of the psychic weight, having to read someone's energy all the time because they're not open about how they feel, and so you're constantly having to use your intuitive sonar to kind of read this person. I don't think that was fair. It's almost as if I'm hearing the word inept, like they're not emotionally intelligent, right? It's almost, it's kind of worse than dealing with a child, because children express their emotions more freely than this adult does, you know. I think it would be easier to deal with a child in that regard. And I feel like you desired them to really take the lead, and they botched it with the confusion, right? They completely botched it. The Tower moment with the Seven of Cups. I don't think they expressed their emotions in healthy ways, or when they were feeling too many emotions that they couldn't process through, they tried to drown it out or ignore it, because the Seven of Cups is sometimes debauchery, which is indulgence. And oftentimes it's linked to substances. So this person, whenever they were feeling a lot of things, and because they struggle, right? Because they struggle so bad, trying to express themselves or feeling like they can't, and they bottle it, they may have acted out in a debauchery kind of energy, right? Hey, Raquel Marley, how you doing? Yeah, I feel like this person botched it, and I feel like maybe they didn't realize what they had until it was gone, or they're meant to. You know, they're meant to kind of see and realize what they had after you're gone, kind of vibe, which might be why Spirit is guiding you to glow up, right? To put yourself out there. because I feel like this person, they're emotionally complex and complicated, which it's not ideal at all, especially if you are intuitive and don't desire to be in a constant state of intuitive reading of their energy. Like, just because people are intuitive naturally doesn't mean they want to have, they don't want to feel like they have to use it all the time. Like, the most intuitive people would much rather someone just be open with them about how they're feeling and discern they're telling me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, or they're not. You know, they don't like the guesswork. That's not what our intuition naturally is for. It's not to guess. It's not to feel like we're assuming and then be gaslit, you know, when someone's like, no, I'm fine. No, it's not, doesn't have anything to do with you, when it does. Like, we're not intuitive to guess. We're intuitive as people to discern the truth from the lies. And having to constantly read someone's energy to try and give them what they need is not fun for anybody. Like, that's not what we have that gift for. And I feel like you might have always known that this person was a bit of a coin toss, and it could have went really well, and it could have went really ugly and south. And I think it went south. I think this person might have failed to drop the crosses that they bear, to drop the baggage. And so you tried to pick it up. You know, you tried to carry the cross for them, or you tried to carry the baggage for them so it wasn't so heavy on them. And I don't think they realized just how much you had to go through to deal with their very emotionally stunted, damaged, or broken state. This person has emotional issues. You know, they have emotional issues. They have issues surrounding love and connection. They have issues expressing their feelings. They have issues feeling important, right? I think you wanted this person to be an important person in your life. I think you treated them like an important person in your life. And they did not fulfill that role. They were afraid of being important, had issues surrounding being important. You know, with the Emperor there, I think you were really hoping that this person would step into an Emperor role, a high masculine role, and provide that spiritual safety of a feeling for you. And they dropped the ball, and they dropped it really, really badly. Like the Tower, they dropped it really badly. And their response to you essentially energetically asking them to level up, their response was to fall 10 steps back, right? Their response was to fall 10 steps backwards. Like, oh, you think I can level up? Let me show you how far away from level up I am. Maybe you'll stop pushing me to level up, right? And they dropped the ball horribly. So let's get the first step advice. Because this is the situation, right? This is the situation that you're dealing with. You're dealing with coming out of an energy that left you feeling probably rather defeated, you know, because you obviously had high hopes or expectations of them, and they did not meet those expectations or reach that level of potential that you saw. And Spirit kind of wants you to glow up right in front of them, like to let them see just how great you're doing and how good you're looking and how wonderful of a time you're having, period. You know? So what is the advice, please? Spirit, what is the guidance? Always in divine time, Raquel. Always in divine time. My channel knows no other way. The card we've got. Yeah, actions speak loudly. Express your love through actions. With the card being card number 49, 4 is a number of stability. It's a number of our archangels. It's a number of spiritual protection. 9 closing cycles, right? It adds up to 13, which is initiating ascension into stability, because the 13 also results in a 4. So when we talk about the numerology of 49, this is about really leaning into your own structure and closing cycles, right? Actions speak loudly. It's this person, it's almost as if they want to see you upset or longing for them so that they feel important to you, when the exact opposite is needed. It's like, fine, you don't want to be important. You don't want to step up into this role. I'm going to treat you like you're unimportant then. You want to act unimportant. I'm going to treat you unimportant. I'm going to close that cycle up. I'm going to be in my spiritual self-protection. I'm going to close the door. How about it? It's not the fact that you're not around doesn't bother me. I'm living my best life, right? I'm living my best life. Okay. You don't want to be important. That's not my problem. I'm not going to be upset and miss someone who refuses to step into their importance when they were important to me. Now you're not important anymore. I hope that suit fits. I hope that suit fits. So let's read this. Let's read card number 49 for you. Actions speak loudly. Express your love through your actions. Sometimes saying that you love somebody is not enough. What is required is showing someone how you feel. Put someone's needs before your own. You are being asked to do something that will show your love. Now, at first listen on these words, you would assume that you are meant to put someone else's needs before your own, right? Literally, they need you to martyr yourself for them. They need you to suffer for them. That is not true. Someone's needs before your own, when we talk about it on a spiritual level, if someone acts, like we were saying, unimportant, putting someone's needs before your own in that regard may mean treating them like they're unimportant, because they don't realize how uncomfortable they are with being unimportant. The minute they are unimportant, they don't like it. They fought to be unimportant with their wounds, right? They're back and forth, hot and cold, fought to be unimportant, putting the weight on you. So putting someone else's needs before your own may most definitely be putting yourself through a glow up. Letting someone know that they did not stop your life. They did not stop your joy. You are not going to continue to sacrifice your own happiness to prove that they were important. What they need, spiritually speaking, may to be left in the dust as if they mean nothing, because they have to get uncomfortable with being unimportant. They have to get uncomfortable with the idea that someone else is going to steal you away. They have to get uncomfortable inside the vibration that they're in. If you cannot force them out of it with love and importance, the opposite may in fact work. It might be what they need. Really look at the mirror with somebody. When we're talking about needs, spiritual needs, like an addict doesn't need whatever they're addicted to. They don't. They need people in their life who are willing to take it away and not allow it. They need to be able to hit their rock bottom. They have to be able to go through that cycle, as painful as it is to watch. You can't just give them what they need because they're freaking out if they don't have it. You can't just give this person importance because they would freak out if they don't have it. You have to let them be unimportant. You know, when we're dealing with toxicity, you can't give in. It's much different if someone needs love and deserves love and their behavior warrants love. Yeah, you put someone's needs before your own. They need recognition. They need time and appreciation. Maybe that is more important than you going out with your girls one night or going out with the boys, right? Because this person shows up for you all of the time and they need you right now. But for someone who doesn't show up for you, and it is not the case, right? It is not the case. We're not talking about someone who is emotionally available. We're not talking about someone who is intuitive for you and reads you when you need to be read. We're talking about someone who needs a tower. We're talking about someone who needs a tower because they are confused. The Seven of Cups is confusion. Hi, Battle of the Twins. Nice to see you. We're talking about someone who is confused, which means what they need is to become clear. They need to become clear. Well, the only way to get them clear is to literally give them what their vibration is asking for and allow them to choose to not like it and do something about it. Point blank, period. So whoever it is in your reality that thinks they can throw an energetic tantrum and they can be indecisive and they can be confused and they can act out worse than a child and be stunted, spiritually stunted, emotionally stunted, well, they have to get really uncomfortable in that vibration. They have to get really uncomfortable in that vibration. So sound the alarm, glow up. Glow up. If this was the secret code name that you resonated to, know the way you were treated wasn't fair. No, you shouldn't have had to read the room like that. No, you shouldn't have had to show someone how important they are, that they deserve to be important. They need to learn that lesson on their own. And the best way for you to do that, actions speak loudly, glow, glow, glow the fuck up. Let it be seen. Let it be seen. All right. We're going to move forward to the secret code name, Ask Peter. Such a random secret code name. Let me get the timestamp in here. It was so random. Like, never have I ever, in all of my secret code name readings over the last 4 years, ever had a secret code name as simple and straightforward as Ask Peter. Now, I don't know who or what Peter represents. It could be Saint Peter. You could have a friend or an uncle named Peter. It could be Peter Piper. It could be Peter Pan. Maybe you got to go back and watch the Disney movie. Maybe you got to go and read the original tale, how it was told, right? Ask Peter is the secret code name. It could be Peter Rabbit. Who knows? Okay. However, Peter resonates to you. No, you just pick a secret code name is how it works. Battle of the Twins. So the secret code names were Crying Violets, Sound the Alarm, Ask Peter, and Pants on Fire. So if any of those secret code names jump out to you, chances are there's a message in it for you. I've already done Crying Violets, and I've already done Sound the Alarm. We're on Ask Peter, and then we're going to do Pants on Fire. And whatever secret code name jumps out at you, there's most likely a message there for you. That's how it works. If you want your own secret code name at some point in time in the future, there's ways to do that. All right. So, secret code name Ask Peter. If you were drawn to the secret code name, even if you don't know why you were drawn to it, you don't know anybody named Peter. You were just drawn to it. Let's see what the situation is. What is the situation, please, Spirit? Ooh. We've got the Ten of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Wands, the Two of Swords, and a chunk. We got a lot of cards here. Sorry, I'm asking Spirit what the fuck I'm doing with all these things. Bottom of the deck is the Queen of Cups. Top is the Page of Cups. And we do have the King of Cups out here. Let me get these a little bit more in screen for y'all. Okay. Okay. That's interesting. I was kind of curious about Pants on Fire myself, but we'll get there. All right. So for secret code name, Ask Peter, we definitely have a situation going on. The way these cards look on the board, like they're facing away from each other, the King and the Queen of Cups. There may be someone involved that is maybe stuck on receiving a sincere apology. Because the Queen of Cups has a hard time letting things go. And if she feels like she's owed an apology, she might be stuck on that. Because the Page of Cups oftentimes is an apology. It could also be a lot of the Queen of Cups needing to forgive themselves, okay? Don't get hung up on genders because these are vibrations, okay? So just take it as it resonates for you. However these energies resonate, all right? I'm hearing that, I don't know what they're called. It's like Pete and Repeat climbed up a tree and Pete fell out. Who was left? Repeat. Pete and Repeat climbed up a tree and Pete fell out. Who was left? Repeat. It's something about a repetitive cycle. And a painful one, right? We're talking about falling out of the tree. We've got the Ten of Swords here. I feel that someone in this situation may have, with the Strength card and the Nine of Cups, given their all to it because it was their wish fulfillment, and they felt betrayed, they felt backstabbed. I don't know if it's necessarily betrayal in the literal sense, but they felt backstabbed, like someone was someone might have been saying nice things to their face, but then talking about them behind their back, kind of thing. Like someone who was putting in a lot of effort, a lot of heart, a lot of energy into someone, only to find out or hear that they were being shit talked on by the person that they were giving to. It's got that vibe. It doesn't have to be that necessarily, but it's got that vibe. Like someone was a spiritual match. And then the Queen of Wands, it's funny, I almost said the Queen of Cons. The Queen of Wands got involved and sent the situation into a place where things weren't balanced anymore. It's almost like they were offering this idea of a new foundation to the King of Cups. But it was false. And there's something very attractive about the Queen of Wands. Like there's something magical in the energy that kind of draws you in. I think it's possible that the King of Cups may have been communicating with the Queen of Wands about the Queen of Cups and potentially exposing secrets or talking shit on the Queen of Cups to the Queen of Wands. Like there might have been a lot of things to love about the Queen of Cups, but it's almost like the King of Cups focused on the one or two things that maybe the Queen of Cups had as a weakness or they saw as a flaw in themselves, and finding out that the King of Cups was exposing them and their flaws, or only focusing on their flaws and negating all of the good things. Like it really hurt the Queen of Cups. It really hurt the Queen of Cups. And it's like, it's not that the King of Cups didn't love the Queen of Cups. I think he did. I think that the Queen of Wands was a bit of a distraction. And maybe because the King of Cups was fancying some kind of fantasy, right, with the Queen of Wands, that he was kind of putting her down to potentially build up the Queen of Wands, to make the Queen of Wands feel like he was interested in her because there was like an attraction there, like a physical attraction. But I'm getting this vibe that it was just a fantasy. Like, I don't think the King of Cups would have actually acted on it. I think he was indulging in the fantasy of it. But I think the Queen of Cups got a whiff of it, and it seriously fucking hurt her. And I think that the King of Cups may have learned a valuable lesson, but he can't necessarily take back what he said. And that's the thing about the Queen of Cups. She does not forget. The Queen of Cups has a really hard time forgetting. It's scorpionic energy, right? Queens are fixed in their suit. The cups is the suit of water, so it's fixed water. It's Scorpio. Scorpio has a hard time getting over things, man. You sincerely hurt or betray that kind of energy, and you flip their on switch off. It's like gorilla glued and cemented in place. Like you're not gonna have an easy time getting that switch to flip back on. Like someone put a lot of energy and love into someone. That was their wish fulfillment. They planned long term, only to have like the trust ripped out from under them because they thought they knew the King of Cups. They thought they knew them. They were building with them, right? in heart and soul were building with the King of Cups because they believed in the King of Cups, only for him to behave like a Knight of Wands, chasing after a Queen of Wands. Like, how insulting. Like, that's how the Queen of Cups registered it. How insulting. I'm over here pouring my everything into this dynamic, and you are literally insulting me. Literally. And now she can't get off of it. Now she can't get off of it. And she wants the apology, and yet the apology itself might not even be good enough. Like, there's no amount of flowers you could buy the Queen of Cups to rebuild the trust that was broken, or the vision that she had that was broken. You would, in a sense, almost have to match the amount of energy that she's invested in the dynamic on your own without any reciprocity, which seems like an impossible task. And to be fair, the King of Cups might have been dealing with a Chiron wound. They might have connected to the Queen of Wands because the Queen of Wands was aspecting on or lighting up some kind of Chiron energy in their chart. If you want to get into the nuances of astrology, the Hierophant can also be Chiron. It's the major arcana for Chiron. With the Two of Swords, the situation is at a stalemate. They don't know if they can or want to resurrect the situation, or if they need to move forward. There's a stalemate. I think the King and Queen of Cups deeply care about each other, but there's a deep wound now. And wounds, they take time to heal. It's not like a scratch that heals in a few days. This is like the Queen of Cups took that 10 swords as a deep cut, like a deep cut. It's going to take some serious time to heal. And the scar of it, like, they're not going to forget. That's the thing. Like, the King of Cups can't take back what they did that insulted the Queen. And now there's a lot of love there. But the Queen of Cups, like the Five of Pentacles was underneath of it, you know, like she felt abandoned. She felt left out in the cold. She felt abandoned by the King of Cups. Like, you abandoned me. You were my soulmate. The Six of Cups underneath, you were my sacred soulmate. You were my love, right? The Lover's card. Like, you were my partner. Yeah. The Five of Cups. They're just so sad. They saw home. They saw future. They saw family. Like, they saw everything and got flipped upside down. They got flipped upside down and heartbroken. Wow. Because a third party was brought into it. You fucking hurt me. Like, that's... It's almost like the Queen of Cups can't believe it. Like, of all the people in the world, I loved you the most, and you're the one that hurt me. You're the one that stabbed me in the back and betrayed me. What is the action? What is the first step for this? Spirit, what is the guidance for the first step forward in this? What is the guidance, please? The first step forward through the situation. We got be supportive, act as if your partner is here, and slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you so you will always consider them. Make genuine effort and show you care. You know, this card right here. Act as if your partner is here. If you're the King of Cups person, I feel like this reading might be for you. I think if you act in haste towards the Queen of Cups, I think all it's doing is irritating the wound. Because the Queen of Cups genuinely loves you. Truly. And I think that if you were to try and fix it with flowers or good morning text messages or whatever, it's just irritating the wound. It's reminding them of how much they want to love you and how much you hurt them. I think you need to slow down and kind of take a step back and let things unfold with a little more patience. Acting as if your partner is here is about, because it literally says, act as if your partner is here so that you will always consider them. Even if the Queen of Cups is not with you in your reality right now, even if she has separated herself, right? I say she because, queen, but take it as it resonates. Even if that energy, that person has separated themselves from you because you hurt them, right? Your choices, they felt betrayed, backstabbed by you, okay? Acting as if your partner is here so you will always consider them is acting in the integrity of the relationship, even if the relationship is not on solid ground. To act as if it is. If you would not talk to other people and flirt with other people while you are with the Queen of Cups, don't do it when you're without the Queen of Cups. If you want the Queen of Cups, then the Queen of Cups is the only person that you want. And so you would not show interest in other people because your interest is the Queen of Cups. If it is important to you to celebrate their birthday and let them be seen and let them be known, even if they don't respond, then maybe you do send them a gift. Maybe their birthday isn't months away. It doesn't mean that you don't act as if your partner is there. If you would send them flowers because you're with them, send them flowers because you're with them, even if you're not with them. Let them know that they're not forgotten. If you want them to know that they are the only one, then you have to act as if they are the only one, no matter how long it takes. You have to rebuild that. You have to rebuild that. The Queen of Cups is fragile, sacred and fragile. And it takes some time to put back those shattered pieces, right? But if it's worth it to you because they're your soulmate, they are your person, they are the one that matters, then you have to treat your relationship with them with honor and integrity as if it is still together. You can't be going out and talking to other women or other men. You can't be doing stupid shit or not planning to buy the house that you want to buy with them. You still have to go and buy the house. If they wanted a certain pet and they always talked about having a certain pet, then you need to go and you need to get that pet with or without them. And set up the dream and build it as if they're with you, because they're upset right now, but they're not with you in soul. So you got to honor it as if it's there. Be supportive. Make a genuine effort to show that you care. It's the big things sometimes. Like, yeah, the little things are important, but sometimes it really is about the big things. Being supportive is about letting them take what space they need to process through things, to witness you, honoring your relationship with them, even if they're upset, even if you messed up. That you would show support and do what you can to correct the mistake, because actions do speak louder than words, and you can say you're sorry, but you got to show it. That you would not make that same mistake twice. If you did get distracted with a Queen of Wands energy and betray the Queen of Cups, then you really have to show them that there is no distraction out there that is going to take their attention away from them moving forward. And that is the first step. That is the best advice that the cards can give you. Act as if you are with them, because if you are with them in soul, heart and soul, then you have to act that way. And you cannot make that mistake twice, and they got to see it. They got to see that they cannot be around and you still won't make that mistake. And let it find its own pace. Honor them as if they're with you. Make choices in consideration of them. Life choices. All right. And I hope that helps. That is secret code name Ask Peter. And now, secret code name Pants on Fire. And it's, let me put the timestamp in here so we can get this intro to the secret code name bit in. When Spirit gave me the secret code name Pants on Fire, it also gave me the word floozy. Now, floozy, if you would describe someone as a floozy, we're not talking about a classy individual who holds themselves with couth, right? We're talking about a floozy. You can't make a wife out of a hoe kind of thing, okay? And I got pants on fire, so we're going to see... We're going to see what this situation is. Spirit, what is the situation for secret code name Pants on Fire? And those who would be drawn to the message. Secret code name Pants on Fire. What is the situation? Because we all know liars have their pants on fire. So what is the situation? We've got the 10 of Cups. The Lovers. The 3 of Swords. What else? Ooh, and the 7 of Swords. Liar. That 7 of Swords came out. Clarities, please. Clarities, please. Secret code name Pants on Fire. Queen of Cups on the Lovers. Three of Cups and the Emperor. Are we going to take this a layer deeper? I think we're going to take it a layer deeper. Spirit's guided me to go there. I don't argue with Spirit. Give me another layer, please, Spirit. Okay. 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 We got the Four of Swords on bottom and the Strength card on top. All right. Secret codename Pants on Fire. I think the situation, it took a lot of strength for you to lay something to rest. A lot. Like Strength card on top with the Four of Swords on bottom. It took a lot of strength to lay it to rest because it was just a nightmare. It really was a nightmare. Someone, you were like, it's almost like parenting someone. And they were maybe in it with you for more mundane reasons, like what you could give them. Like they wanted someone to take care of them. And that was the realization. They wanted someone to take care of them. More than likely, they needed financial help. Oh my God. And when you realize it, I think it was brutal. I don't think you wanted to see it. Like the realization was hitting you and you didn't want to see it. We've got some 12th house magic going on here. You've got a spiritual adversary. Twelfth house mirrors. Let me explain this the best way that I can. 12th house mirrors. When we have people that set off certain things inside the 12th house, we can perceive them like an angel that just needs love and support, and they do no wrong, and we would defend them to the death and, you know, believe in their potential when really they're a fucking demon on our own path, keeping us from moving forward. Likewise, we could view somebody as fucking evil. They're the devil. They're the most horrible person that I've ever met. And yet their place in your life served what is essentially high angelic purpose, because it pushed you into the elevation that you needed to move into the next stage of your life, right? The next stage of your journey, the next chapter or the next book, right? Interacting with such a dark energy propelled you into your light. So when we're dealing with the 12th house, those who appear that we perceive as light can most oftentimes be shadow. And those who we perceive as shadow or evil are actually propelling us into our light. Okay. I think you ended up in a 12th house nightmare. I feel like there's a good chance that you perceived the beautiful potential of someone, the light of someone. You were not seeing the hidden agenda that they had for being with you. That was probably almost entirely financial. You were not seeing it. And because you looked at them in such a high light, because you probably put them on a pedestal, it was probably excruciatingly difficult to separate yourself from it because you didn't want to be wrong. You didn't want to lose the beautiful vision of them and see them for what they really were. I feel like you had such a clear vision of happily ever after with this person. The 10 of Cups with the 7 of Cups reversed, the 6 of Cups. I think you saw the best of what you are capable of giving with this person. When I say they got the best of you, they did. No one got your energy from you like they did. You were crystal clear in all that you were giving and probably loved to give it. They got the best, your best energy, to where you might not have even known you were capable of such great giving before this person. You may have obsessed over this mirror with the Queen of Cups and the Lover's card and went full-blown masculine energy, right? Planting the seeds of growth. Full-blown masculine, regardless of gender. You were the one making the reality possible. That's what the masculine does. The masculine makes the reality possible, makes the dream possible, makes the choices, partakes in the actions, right? They're the ones calling the shots on what the dream looks like. The masculine provides the experience, and you were providing the beautiful experience. You were obsessed with providing the beautiful experience. It was an obsession to make it perfect, to keep it beautiful, to keep it thriving. Like, you put in a fuck ton of energy to make it beautiful, to give like you did. And this person, 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, World cards, put the nails in the coffin with the third party. Put the nails in the coffin. Gave you no choice but to lay it to rest because they got a third party involved. They got a third party involved. And they lied their fucking face off. That 7 of Swords with the Emperor, they were probably indignant. Like, how dare you? Tried to regain control of the situation because they didn't want to lose. They didn't want to lose what they were taking. They wanted to keep what they were taking, but they wanted their third party too. This is, I want my cake and eat it too energy. Dare I say, they were trying to gaslight the hell out of you, making you think that you were crazy, that this third party is not real. It's not like that. Because if there was a third party, you would have stopped giving to them. So they literally lied through their fucking teeth. Because they didn't want to lose the beautiful energy that you were providing. You were creating a dream. You were creating a 10 of Cups dream. And they were using you for it. This is an extreme taker. And the Wheel of Fortune changed, and they had a new desire, a spark in a new direction. They had an attraction to somebody. And it's like you were fucking chopped liver. And all that you gave was for what? Like, you took serious losses. Serious pain to the heart. You took fucking losses, man. Holy shit. Hey, don't drink the Kool-Aid. How you doing? Wow. Okay. So this is the situation. What is the guidance or the first step? What is the guidance or the first step for you through this situation moving forward? Hey, Emily, how are you? Yeah. Whatever was going on, you were so clear. Like, you might have been more clear about this person than you have ever been about anybody in your life. And the fact that you were so blindsided by all the bullshittery, it's almost like you're wondering if you were fucking crazy. But this is what the 12th house does. You understand? Like, this is what the 12th house does. When we're dealing with 12th house wounds and we're rising out of our 12th house, our house of self-undoing, like, these are the kind of people that we encounter. And I think you met somebody who showed you what kind of beautiful giving you were capable of, because you did not know what kind of giving you were capable of. But I do think that you have, in that realization of what you are capable of, also realize that whoever you give that level of beauty to, that level of energy to, better fucking earn it. They better earn it. They better reciprocate. They better be on point like you're on point. They better be in the same boat and not just taking. Like, you don't just give that shit to anybody who will just run away with it and leave you with no reciprocity. There's no reciprocation. It's never coming back. The energy you gave, you're never going to get it back from this person. They hightailed it out. Like, you're beat. And taking that kind of a loss really makes someone sit back like, damn. Like, damn. Damn. What is the guidance, please, Spirit? The first step for secret code name Pants on Fire. Actions speak loudly and show simple acts of kindness. Express your love through actions. A simple act of kindness can energize you and bring happiness to those around you. Start small. The kind of love you gave was grand. Grand showcase. I think if you're going to move forward and take the steps moving forward in the future, because it's obviously not with this person. I think if you're going to move forward and take the first steps towards actually achieving what you set out to achieve to begin with, that you have to start small. See if someone can reciprocate something small. If they ask you how your day was, you can ask them how their day was. If you take them out and maybe stop by for a cup of coffee, like maybe you don't go out and buy coffee, maybe you just go over and sit and have a cup of coffee with them. Will they pop over and sit and hang out with you? You know, like little things. No big grand gestures. Just see if someone reciprocates the small things. If you do something for them from a place of kindness and consideration, see if they are excited to reciprocate. And they can't wait to do something nice for you in return because you did something nice and considerate of them. Start small. Of course, it is terrifying to give grand gestures like that to someone else, to love so profoundly and give so profoundly of yourself to someone. Of course, it's terrifying. You gave profoundly beautiful energy and literally got it snuck out on you. So if they're worthy of the grand, they have to show that they are reciprocal of the small. I don't think that giving so grandly to somebody would be scary if you knew the kind of person they are. And you're only going to know the kind of person they are by starting small. And that's that right there. You know, that is the best advice that Spirit can give you, because if you are capable of great love like that, you deserve great love like that. You deserve great love like that. And the only way you're going to let yourself have it is by building trust and reciprocity, trust and consideration with someone, that you consider them and they consider you. And that's going to have to build over some time, which is not a bad thing. Getting swept off your feet in head over heels love for somebody that you would be willing to do anything for them, like that is Chiron. You martyred the shit out of yourself. Martyred the shit out of yourself for someone that you thought was the most beautiful person in the world at some point and deserved all that great love, and they didn't do shit to fucking earn it. They didn't reciprocate a goddamn thing, and then they just hightailed it out of there and left you high and dry with fucking nothing. And you did not deserve that. You did need to learn a lesson on how valuable you are, though. And there is no better person to teach you that than a fucking asshole. The demon spawn, yeah. For sure. For sure. The devil spawn, 100%. The devil spawn will teach you that every fucking time. Yeah, Chiron in the fucking 12th, man. Trust me, I know this lesson. I know this lesson myself. I know this lesson myself. I understand it very well. I have Chiron in my 12th house conjunct Lilith, and I went through that exact energy with someone whose Jupiter just blew up my Chiron and Lilith. Just blew it up and expanded on it. And I learned a great deal about the value that I hold and the beauty that I hold and what I'm capable of. And I'm very grateful for the devil spawn for that reason, because I didn't understand my value before them. But now I do, you know, and we're not making the same mistakes twice here. We are not making the same mistakes twice here. So, love who you discovered yourself to be. Love the value that you hold within yourself and that you recognize it and see it now, that you're aware of it. And know that you are not foolish enough to do the same thing twice. That you have learned that lesson and have grown from the experience, that you can hold gratitude for the experience with a fuck no, never again attached to it. On a real note, right? On a real note, we go through some of the most profound healings with people, and they're not always pleasant. But if you can find gratitude for it and find the silver lining in the rain clouds and really take from it what was always meant to be taken from it, and that's your worth. You did not know your worth before this situation, and you do now. That is the greatest takeaway that you could have ever asked for. Going through this world, not knowing your worth and just getting shit on repeatedly by people would have sucked. So thank you to the biggest fucking assholes that we experience in this life, because they really do prove to us how much more we're worth. We're worth a whole lot more than that. So yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, good. I'm glad it helps. That's why I'm here. That's why I'll always be here. You know, I appreciate all you guys popping in. I appreciate all you guys being in the chat. It's been great. I love talking to you guys in the chat. I love seeing your comments after the fact when you guys catch this stuff in divine time. It makes my whole day. It reminds me why Spirit guides me to this work. You know, I love y'all a lot. And I mean that sincerely with my whole soul. And I will be live quite a bit next week. I'm actually taking a trip back to New Jersey. New Jersey is where I'm originally from. I'll be making a trip back to New Jersey, and I will be there all week. So I will be live in the evenings doing all kinds of cards and readings and astro dice and stuff like that with you guys, most likely from the beach. Because I have been landlocked in Illinois for way too long not to spoil myself with the beach. It is greatly missed. So I will be seeing you guys a whole lot next week for sure. And I look forward to the next moon event with you guys. If you do want your own reading, you can check it out in my Etsy shop, or you can become a moon junkie here on the channel. Being a moon junkie member guarantees you a whole lot of stuff, including moon event readings. So until we next meet, guys, stay blessed. Remember your worth and that you are beautiful and deserve all of the best things. You really do. All right. You guys take care. Bye, everybody.